Right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in the man who's had a very easy job the past 4 or 5 days, Pat Pagano. Good morning, Pat.
And good morning. And yep, I have, and I'm glad about it. And I'll have an easy job right through the weekend as far as the weather goes. Um, I also have our movie premiere tomorrow evening, uh, 16 people. So it's manageable. That's half of what we normally have. But with the CDC easing up on the guidance with the masks, I think a lot of the people who come are going to be a lot more comfortable. Thank goodness for that. Most of them are vaccinated. Some are not, and I know the four that are not, but that's their problem, not ours. Sunny to partly cloudy today, 70 to 75. Clear tonight, mid 40s. Sun and cloud Saturday, low to mid 70s. Sunday, partly cloudy with late showers, mid 70s. And Monday, partly cloudy, a scattered shower, mid 70s. By Tuesday and Wednesday, we're headed up toward 80 degrees next week. Marshall will be very happy.
You don't know how happy I'll be.
I know how happy you'll be.
I'll be as happy as a pig in slop.
Mud, right? Mud. So that's a good thing. So the mask thing was a real big headline yesterday, and I had one question. I think most of the questions I had in my mind were addressed either online or on TV or on radio. But one of the questions I had was, what about the people who have already had COVID? Now, if those people did not get vaccinated, do they need to wear a mask? Or, quote, their antibodies will protect them? From the little dribs and drabs that I got responses for, because I posted some stuff on the internet, they said that if they don't get vaccinated, they can get COVID a second time, a third time, a fourth time, and so forth, and so on. So unless those people get vaccinated, they probably should be wearing a mask. And then the biggest question I think that everybody had, how do you know that everybody around you, if you're vaccinated, how do you know that everybody around you who's not wearing a mask has been fully vaccinated? And you know what the answer is? It's the honor system. That's the only way to go. It is the honor system. And it is the science. This is what the science is showing in data. And that's how the CDC came up with this whole thing. And everything is based on science. And you know what, Marshall? They're probably right, because think about the Yankees. What was it? 8 people, 8 of the guys tested positive. 8 of the guys were asymptomatic because of the vaccine.
Yeah. So here's the whole thing about what the CDC has decided on. People that have gotten vaccinations, you are 66% more towards the goal of being like things used to be. People who are not vaccinated, if you actually follow the rules, still have a way to go. That's it. So the people who've gotten vaccinations are the ones that benefit the most. And people who aren't vaccinated are still putting themselves at risk. There, right. That's it. And
that's it.
At this point, there's not much more you can do.
No, and again, you know, it's everybody's right to do what they want to do, and it's nobody's business as to whether or not you did get vaccinated. So let's just hypothetically say you didn't get vaccinated, but you're not going to wear a mask. Again, the people that are at risk are the people who are kidding themselves, because, again, the ones who are vaccinated, they may be able to pick it up if that person has it, who's non-vaccinated, but they could truly be anti-symptomatic, or they could truly just come down with like cold symptoms, and that's it. I heard from a guy who used to work for me years ago. He's been in contact with me. He lives in Vegas now. And he didn't sound good yesterday. He sounded really, really bad. And I said, I have to find the time to call him back and find out what's going on. And I did, and he's in the hospital. Now, I guess it was about 8 months ago, he did get COVID. And he was in the hospital for a couple of days, but out he came and right back to work. He's an electrician. And now I said to him, so what's the story now? He said, they're thinking, and this is interesting, they're thinking that COVID could have caused a lung infection in me. I said, yeah. And the lung infection caused my heart to enlarge. I
Huh?
said, yeah, but you're only 50. He goes, I know. He said, and he said, they're monitoring it right now. The numbers are too low. He said, and they may have to put some sort of a, I don't know, it's not a pacemaker, but it's something that goes in the heart that actually shocks the heart if it needs to.
Yeah.
Um, and they may have to do that surgery on him. So he's in the hospital now. So he said, whatever you do, I'm just telling you, please be careful. I said, no problems. Right now, you're the one that has to be careful. And, all our prayers go out and hope the better for you. So, you kind of wonder, Marshall, you scratch your head and you say, what is going on?
Well, modern medicine is amazing. People now, when you have problems with your heart, they put something in you, and you actually have an app that is connected to your smartphone, and also to the doctor's office. And if anything irregular comes up with the heart,
Notified?
instantaneously you're notified, and the doctor's notified.
That's incredible.
And they've had this. They've had it for several years, but now it's reached down to all. You don't have to be wealthy or anything like that anymore to have it. And there's some amazing advances in medicine, and that is truly a big advancement because, once again, the minute your heart starts acting a little wacky, you know about it right away, and that means that you can get to a hospital, and then your doctor knows about it, and he can get right, or he or she can get on it right away. So that's kind of cool. So I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right. An enlarged heart is a dangerous thing, but it's a dangerous thing, down the road a little bit. You just have to be
Yeah, like
careful.
I said, you have age on your side. He goes, yeah, I know. He goes, he said, when I was younger, I've done some things that, maybe I shouldn't have. He said, and maybe now it's just catching up with me. I said, that's not the way to look at it. I said, just look at it from a real good standpoint. You do have this right now. You're just going to get through it, and things are going to work out. Be very, very positive. He said, thank you, thank you. Remember, he worked as a tech for me, behind the scenes, was not on the air, but he did all the analysis and everything like that prior to me coming into the office. And he worked for me when I was at JFK Airport. Our offices were at JFK Airport. And the one thing that stands out in my mind, folks, is I walked in one morning, which I usually do at 3 a.m., and Jim's sitting there, and I said, what's up? He said, you're not going to believe this. I said, yeah, try me. He said, I was about to walk down the hall to go to the bathroom. I said, yeah. He said, and I saw a rat.
Oh,
I said, no. He said, Pat, it was as big as a cat.
that's right.
I said, don't tell me that. He goes, yes, I did. He said, I don't know where it went. I said, oh my goodness. So now, of course, from this point on, Pat, with
Yeah.
with with mice, could you imagine a rat? So I spoke to the landlord about it. They called people in. This was at JFK Airport, folks. They called people in, and yeah, they did find it uh, in the drop ceiling, alive. That, guess what? Guess what Pat did shortly thereafter?
You move your office.
You got it.
Well, New York City. How about the rat in the subway that was carrying that piece of pizza?
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, it was in all the videos and everything. It was about a year ago, maybe or so.
Are you kidding me?
Down the stairs, this big rat is hauling a big piece of pizza that he obviously stole from somebody, and somebody videoed the whole thing.
So what? Those are what they call those super rats, right? This is
You,
so
you get
bad.
around in the city. I mean, when I lived in Kingston, New York, once out behind one of my apartments, when I was separated from my first wife for a while, I was walking my dog and heard a paper bag move. My dog went over there and sniffed it, and out of it came a rat that was probably not as big as a full-grown cat, but I would say that rat weighed at least 4 or 5 pounds.
Oh no, no.
I just said, "Come on, come on, It's time to go the other way, casino.
Yeah, really, really. No, that's not acceptable.
Well, rats are part of the environment.
Obviously, I don't know what purpose they serve, but they are part of it. I don't know if they're part of the whole ecosystem, but I should Google that and find out one day.
Give
What are their purposes?
give a rat a chance, as I say. All right, Pat. I want you to have a good weekend.
Thank you. I will let you know how the movie goes.
Absolutely. Let me know if anybody spills anything on your carpets or anything like that as well.
You'll hear me yelling from here.
All right. Have a good weekend and have a good
I'll see you
preview.
Monday.
Take care.
Bye, Marshall.
Pat Pagano this morning in the Weather Center with a check on our tri-state forecast here on Robin Hood Radio.